Hang on, is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Welcome back to Big Mouth. You can continue this conversation with me over on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Breaking news from Michael Oziello. Let me read it out to you. This is, I don't know how to feel about this, to be honest. Superman and Lois series in development at the CW starring Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth Tulloch. Get details, and let's get these details. First of all, I'm going to say this. I've said this before, but Elizabeth Tulloch is no Lois Lane. This was really speedy, lazy casting, but let's read the article from Michael. He is in the know. This is obviously true. He's not a rumour monger, mostly. So let's have a look. The CW is looking to soup up its slate with a series about the iconic Superman and Lois Lane. TV Line has learned that Superman and Lois from Warner Brothers TV is currently in development, and it will follow the world's most famous superhero and comic books' most famous journalists as they deal with all the stress, pressures, and complexities that come with being working parents in today's society. Is that what you want? A Superman TV series about how stressed your hero is because he's a parent in modern society. This is the CW. This sums them up. But anyway, Tyler Hoechlin, who originated the role of the Arrowverse's Superman, Clark Kent on Supergirl, and Elizabeth Tulloch, who made her debut as Lois in last year's Elseworlds crossover event, will reprise their roles for the prospective new series. When last we saw the DC Comics super couple, Clark shared that Lois is pregnant before they went to live off-world on Argo City. But first, Clark crushed a lump of coal into a diamond, Superman freestyle, and properly proposed to his baby mama. Hoechlin and Tulloch will both appear in this season's Crisis on Infinite Earths 5-part crossover. Ahead of Elseworlds, she said such an offshoot potentially could come to fruition, adding, I think it will depend on how the crossover is reviewed and a bunch of other external factors that nobody has really that much control over. I know Tyler and I would love to come back and work more together. We fortunately had a great chemistry, which is not always a given. This Superman and Lois news comes weeks after it was announced that one of Arrow's 10 final season episodes will serve as a backdoor pilot for a Green Arrow and Canary spin-off, starring Catherine McNamara, Katie Cassidy, Rogers, and Julian Harkavy. That's something I'm not interested in, by the way. So, this is a Superman and Lois series, right? This is the CW, isn't it? This is what they are. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't watch the Arrowverse shows. I may or may not watch the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. It is kind of interesting, but it's a shame. You know me, guys. You know what a massive Superman fan I am. And when Tyler was first cast in Supergirl, I was really excited. I was shouting from the rooftop how exciting it would be to have a Superman TV show starring Tyler. My opinion of Tyler, apart from him doing that in a picture dressed as Superman, apart from that, these things happen, I suppose. But I think he's really charming as Clark and Superman. I think he could do a really good job. We need an awesome Superman TV series. Here's the negatives. It's on the CW. It's going to be about their relationship and their struggles of being parents in the modern world. Michael Oziello has just described that. He's in the know. He knows insiders. It's obvious that is what it's going to be. And what frightens me even more, that we're going to have another show that's Team Superman. We've already got Team Flash, Team Arrow, that's been cancelled already and finishing at the end of this season, right? But all these shows do the same thing. And there's so many of these shows. The Arrowverse TV franchise now is really the same as the MCU. It's the same mentality. It's the same attitude. And look, I'll probably watch the pilot if this happens. I mean, you heard Tulloch's quotes there. She was saying it depends on, so many factors if this is going to happen. One of them is if we enjoy watching them. I think this is locked down. I mean, we've already got this kind of female kind of Arrow-like spin-off happening. It seems to me this is what's going on. And this is my suspicion. Now, it's interesting that they're doing this backdoor pilot for this female-led Arrow spin-off, I think it's either that Arrow spin-off that will be commissioned or the Superman TV show. I kind of suspect it won't be both, and I think then they're going to have to look how people react to both situations. Who wouldn't want a Superman and Lois Lane TV show? The Lois and Clark TV show starring Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher was very popular for 4 seasons. It wasn't my cup of tea. Again, as a big Superman fan, I just didn't enjoy it. It wasn't what I believe Superman should be. I love Lois Lane, but when they do these things where it's about the relationship constantly, it bores me. That's not the element of Superman that most excites me. As I say, Lois Lane should always be around. She's a great independent woman. She's a brilliant love interest for Clark and Superman. She's a great character in her own right, but she's got to be done properly, like she was done in Smallville. That would work. Erica Durant would work. But this is, I suppose if you're an Arrowverse fan, it's really exciting. But if you're a Superman fan like me, it's really troubling. But they've got a lot of shows. Obviously, they're losing Arrow. I did suspect the Superman TV show was in the offing. So my fault's just like winding this up. I just did a quick video to kind of break this news to you all because I know you'd be interested in it. I'm very, very dubious about this. I'm concerned about this. I'm disappointed, really. I would have preferred Brandon Routh did the Kingdom Come TV series, but that's not the CW style. They're not going to have a Superman-led show that's actually about Superman. This is about having Lois Lane dominating this show because she's a female. That's their ideology. That's their identity politics. They're obsessed with identity politics. That's the real reason they're doing this. This will be another mediocre, bland show. I hope for Superman's sake that's not the case. And I also hope that because we're getting this show, this means we won't get a Superman movie. That is out of the question. I was hoping for a Superman TV show on, what's it called? The Warner Brothers subscription service, HBO Max. I was hoping for something HBO, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that unless we get a Kingdom Come Superman TV series, which would be freaking awesome. We shall see. But it looks like, again, Superman has been, done. He's been done really badly because this just does not excite me. But I want to know what you think. Are there Arrowverse fans watching this video? Are you excited about this news? Are you as dubious as me? Are you disappointed? Please comment down below. Please like, share and subscribe. And there'll be more DC breaking news as I get it.